Q's week and how he's progressed. I know for a long time he's kind of been overshadowed by Malik, but you know, you've been talking about him from the beginning and how well he's kind of progressed. Just talk about what he was able to do this past week and get co-freshman of the week.
Yeah, he had another great week for us, and he's, like I said from the beginning, I really thought he was going to be a really good player, and you know, he's earned it. I mean, you know, he's put the time in. He gets in there extra on his own at night, late at night in the practice gym, and gets up shots. He's really become a good defender. And then you go back and look defensively, for example, over our last 2 games. You forget about the offense and making the shot, but in the first half, he wasn't guarding Fisher Davis against Vanderbilt. He had 17 points at halftime. Second half, we put him on him. He had 3. Against Alabama, Norris didn't even get a shot off, which is stunning that he didn't get 1 shot attempt in that game. So, you know, I look at defense first, and, you know, he's really improved in that area, and he's getting better. And what I love, he is a great, you know, he's competitive. He takes it on as a challenge. I mean, he wants to stop that guy. He gets it. And, you know, offensively, he's really grown as a player. I mean, he's, you know, and he's still got a lot of room, a lot of ceiling left to really take his game to new levels here in the future. And I think we'll really get a chance to really refine his jump shot in the off season, and he'll even be better. You know, in my mind, for sure, a year from now than where he is now. But he's such a great competitor. He's our leading offensive rebounder. I think he might be our leading rebounder in conference. He's right there with Gavin. But you know, he's having a great year because he's an all-around player. It's not just offense; it's all ends of the floor. And you know, that dunk down the middle against Alabama was reminiscent of one of my other former players that had a dunk like that against Oregon at home. And I'm talking about Russell Westbrook. I mean, that was a big-time play. He stole the ball, outran 2 guys, and then dunked it right on the guy's head. You know, that's pretty sweet.
What's the biggest difference you see in Q today than necessarily back in October and November?
Just confidence, just, you know, experience, just understanding of the game is better. You know, what makes him good is he's competitive, he's tough, he's coachable, and he's an outstanding athlete. You know, I mean, he's strong. You know, he can, and he's still learning. Like I said, you know, I was excited he got to the line 10 times against Vanderbilt. You know, getting the foul line is a big part of being a good player, getting in there, creating contact, and taking contact. But, you know, it's a good all-around. He made, obviously, timely shots. I mean, he made big shots. So, you know, happy that he's playing so well because we need him to.
Hugh said that before he got here, you know, he hadn't played much man-to-man. What was his defense like, I guess, in June and July when he first got here?
Not very good. No, just because he hadn't done it. You know, so he's learning that aspect to the game. And, you know, I thought Chicken had a great game on Saturday. I thought Chicken was outstanding. Going back and reviewing the film, I watched the game yesterday in detail, and I thought Chicken's game was, because he played great defense. I mean, Chicken did an outstanding job on their point guard, and really made him earn everything. I mean, and that guy's a great player. But he, you know, hit big shots, played really under control, made a big-time drive late in the game against the zone that hit Gavin for Gavin's, I think, last basket. That, you know, was a huge basket, put us up 5, I think. It was a 3-point game. I mean, he made some big plays, and Gavin made some big plays down the stretch. It'd just be nice if we could keep him in the game. You know, I thought his second foul was you know, I could see his frustration because second foul wasn't really, there wasn't much. The guy actually grabbed him by the waist and threw him down as he was rolling to the basket. But you know, his third foul was a foul, and he shouldn't have been upset about it. I think he was out of frustration for being double teamed and other things as well.
I know as a coach you try to move past games, but how much do you take from that loss against Texas A&M? It was so close and your team had a chance to win. How much do you take from that game, and I guess some mistakes that you made, kind of correct those for this next one?
Well, I mean, the difference between the two games is that in that game we played all zone, this game, you know, hopefully, we'll be able to play man for most of the game. Now, that's depending on our foul trouble situation, it's depending on whether we're back. You know, so, you know, that's still a question as to whether or not he'll be available to play in that game. You know, the back is locked up good, and, you know, he's been getting, got an MRI, and, you know, seeing the doctors today in Columbus, so, you know, we should have more information here later today.
You think it's just kind of clicked for your guys in these last two games?
Well, I think we were really fortunate against Vandy. I mean, let's get serious. We're down 17 with 14 minutes to go. It made a miraculous comeback because we never quit, we never give up. And we've won 5 of our last 9 games, and that's really, as I look at it, you know, that's a real positive to think that we're playing better here later in the year. I just wish we could have won a couple of those early games at Florida or the A&M game at home, you know, and, you know, so hopefully, you know, we'll play well. I mean, A&M is really good. Really good, watching them on film. I mean, you look at their numbers, their freshman center I loved before we played them the first time, and love me more now just watching them on film. He had 9 offensive rebounds against Kentucky on Saturday, including the winning offensive rebound that tips it in at the buzzer. You know, Jalen Jones is fantastic. I mean, he's playing phenomenal. And, you know, Caruso and House are outstanding. Collins, they have really good players. And then their bench is really strong. You know, Hogue and Tony Trocha, these guys that come off the bench for him, Gilder, are really good players. So, you know, that's why they've beaten Iowa State and beaten Texas and beaten Baylor, beaten Gonzaga, and just beaten Kentucky. I mean, they've got a really good team. So, you know, it doesn't get any easier here for us moving forward. You know, it's the SEC.
David, do you have a question?
Yeah, Ben, I just wondered, getting back to Wenderi, has it surprised you at how versatile he is? It seems like he can guard 1 through 4 or play all 4 positions in offense. I mean, what's that like having him do those things?
It's pretty special. I mean, you just said it all. He's guarded 1 through 4, and he's played offense 1 through 4 this year. Not many freshmen have that kind of capability, and I think it says a lot about how smart he is and how skilled he is and how tough he is. You know, at one point late in the game, he was one-on-one with Hale in the post on defense, and you know, Hale's trying to back him down and bully him, and he won't give him an inch. And Hale went up, took a shot, and missed a shot, and we got the ball back. Big possession. I mean, he's tough, and that's what I love most about him. You know, I mean, this guy's played through ankle sprains. He is taking hard hits and knocks, and he sprained his ankle in practice last week, and you know, he plays through it. I mean, he's tough. You know, I think if Dan Mullen saw the inside of Q, he'd want him out there for them.
You mentioned improved defense being a big reason for the team improving lately. Is there anything specific? I mean, just better discipline. What's getting better?
Well, we're getting better because we've committed to it, and like you have to. I mean, you know, and the guy that's hurt most has been Gavin, and you know, Gavin's had some fouls that have been untimely, but a lot of his fouls, and honestly, a couple of years have been on offense. He gets more fouls, it seems like, on offense than he does on defense. If you went back and looked at all the fouls he's had, I'd be real curious to see how many were on the offensive end. You know, reaching for balls or slapping for things that aren't there. You know, that's where he's got to get better. I mean, I thought he did a good job in his minutes. Late in the game, Avansan, whatever his name is, was coming off the ball screen. And he did a great job of getting low, like we've been trying to get him to do all year, and flatten out the drive and stay in front of him. And really an incredible job. He can do it. And his big thing is the conditioning. Like today, when I came in this morning, he was just getting off the Ultra G treadmill and putting in extra work for his conditioning, which is great. Because, you know, he's, and I met with him about this last week, he has a future beyond here. I mean, he's got to get disciplined. I think he's had ups and downs in terms of eating right. His whole thing is diet. You know, when he really is disciplined, I mean, imagine Gavin, how good he's gonna be when he's 250 pounds, 255 pounds. I mean, you know, because, you know, this is almost over here at Mississippi State. Now it's about, you know, money at the next level. And I'd be really motivated if I were him, because he has a chance to make good money playing basketball.
I guess it's been a couple of months now since Eric returned from the knee. Just how big a ceiling, how big an upside does he have?
Yeah, his biggest thing is strength. And, you know, like, he gets knocked around if you watch the film, and he's got to be played more physical. And then his conditioning. You know, his conditioning has never, you know, been what it's been for some of the other guys, because he started so late. And I was thinking about that today. He's got to get some extra conditioning at the end of practice. But, you know, he had a big tip-in for us in the first half when they were making a run. He had a lucky tree, thank God, that went in for us, because, I mean, that was ugly the way it bounced. And, I mean, that was like, I mean, I don't know what you call that. But that was a beautiful break for us that thing rolled in. And he did some good things. You know, he gets in foul trouble too easy, but I think he has incredible upside because of his basketball IQ and feel for the game. He has a great feel, a great IQ for the game, and I think he really, it's important to him. So I think, you know, and the biggest year of growth for a player is between their freshman and sophomore year. I think we're going to see a big bump in this year in the off season for Eric. And the beautiful thing is that knee, we didn't find this out till after the fact, that knee had been bothering him for like 2 or 3 years. He would never even jump off that leg. So he's healthier now than he's been in years, which has got to be a relief for him.
Do you see any frustration from Malik with his injury problem?
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated. It can't be fun. I mean, think about all the different little, you know, things he's gone through, from, you know, the turf toe to the cramping to now the back. You know, it's frustrating. It's part of it. And, you know, how you deal with that adversity is everything.
How has the defense overall, as a collective man-to-man unit, improved from when you started playing man-to-man at the beginning of the year?
You know, I think we're a lot better in terms of pressuring the ball. We're better in terms of our schemes, doubling the post, our rotations. I think we're doing a better job. And, you know, for example, Q is doing a much better job of staying in front of the ball. He would get driven all the time earlier. You know, and the whole key to what I want is whoever is guarding the ball to be able to apply good ball pressure without getting beat. And so that's a tough thing, you know, and that's the thing when you learn and you master how to do that, and you get guys that are really good. Like Chicken has improved a lot in that area. You look at Chicken here the last few games, you know, defending Baldwin and now defending this point. I mean, he's really getting good. I mean, Chicken's our best on-ball defender. And I think Fred really helped us in that last game. You know, Fred hit a big three at the top of the key, but his defense was good too. You know, Fred's minutes were critical. We weren't sure if he was going to be able to play. He had banged up his shoulder pretty good in practice, whatever day that was, on, I guess, Thursday. Yeah, because he couldn't practice on Friday. I mean, we were practicing with 7 guys on Friday.
When you talk about Chicken, how has his game evolved with the addition of Q and Malik, obviously a 4-guard lineup? How has he, I think he's had career-high in steals, rebounds, and assists. How has his game evolved this year?
Yeah, I just think he's improved as a player, and I think late in the year here, especially offensively, being more under control. Like the greatest thing of the whole first half was that we talked about playing defense without fouling, and it's been like a broken record. But we've painstakingly watched the film and pointed out, you know, and he's learning and he's getting better. Like, to play against that guy and play the first half 19 minutes and not get a foul was a humongous step for Craig Sword, and really excited about that. And he was in the gym today working on a shot on his own. No one called him to come in. He came in. I think he's having fun playing right now, and it's fun for him. And he was really excited about those 2 wins. You watched the film. Who was the first guy out there to hug Q on that shot? And then, you know, I had Q do the TV, and then boom, he was out there. I mean, he was so happy. I mean, the thing I love about Chicken is he's like the heart and soul of our team competitively, and he's the most excited about our wins, more than anybody. He gets it. Winning is everything for him. on doing whatever it takes to help our team win. And that's where some of his mistakes arise from, is he's trying so hard to help his team win that he makes mental errors by being over-aggressive and fouling in situations.
Has he had to move positions a little bit or move change
Defensively,
roles? Yeah.
defensively, yes, yeah. Because we're playing him against the other team's best player usually.
Okay.
Like this next game, he'll probably end up on house quite a bit.
With a couple weeks left, and now within striking distance of getting back around the 500 level, a chance to get warm going into the tournament, do you still take it with your team, it's just one game at a time, or you start holding out, maybe there's something?
Yeah, no, we just, it's one game at a time, and that wouldn't change if we were, what are we now? If we were 26 and all, that wouldn't change. It's one game at a time.
Any other questions?